Hi. So I apologize ahead of time if it sounds a little echoey down here. We're in the basement of the new house and there's nothing in here. So there's nothing to absorb the sound, so it's all bouncing back. Eventually this space behind me may turn into a climbing surface of some kind eventually, but that's probably a couple of years down the road, or months, or whenever we figure out what the fuck to do with this space down here. But I wanted to talk to you about big cartooning news. The Natuonal Cartooning Society has finally decided that internet cartoonists are worthy of being recognized. They've added an internet cartoon category to their awards that they give out every year. I don't know what they're called. But there are a couple of things that your cartoon must feature before you qualify. Your cartoon must be in strip format, so that kind of knocks out a whole shit ton of webcomics. And you must make a majority of your living off of your comic. I'm not entirely sure what this means because they haven't really defined it that well, but I think it means like direct sales of your comic or advertisements that are directly on your site or things like that. So if you have a print copy of your comic, you're making most of your money that way, or if you're selling ads on your site where you read the comic, you're making most of your money that way. Unfortunately, that knocks out a whole other slew of extremely successful cartoonists, which I don't know if that was the point. I don't know if the Natuonal Cartooning Society is being uber elitist. Only certain of you guys are worthy enough to be recognized, or if they just, if this is just the first year and they're not entirely certain what the fuck they're doing. Most web cartoonists don't actually make money directly off the comic. I mean, a lot of them do sell collections, but a lot of them make a majority of their money on other things like commissions or t-shirt sales or toys or ancillary products that don't necessarily relate directly to their comic. So, some of the more successful comics out there, like a Penny Arcade, would not qualify for this award because they make most of their money on merchandising and commissions and other comics and all that kind of stuff. So, in a sense, I don't really give a shit because it's not like I was gonna, qualify anyway. But regardless of that, now this is a platitude that people who don't win awards always say, but actually you hear it from a lot of people who do win awards. So I'm just gonna fucking say it. Awards don't mean shit. And at least in the world of cartooning, that's definitely the case. Like, you could win an Eisner one year, and the next year you could be out of work. Like there are Eisner award-winning colorists and letterers and pencilers and all those other people who don't have jobs, who don't have health care, who have nothing to fall back on. And just because they have the Eisner next to their name, that doesn't make their career any better. It's, if anything, they have to work harder than before because they have that expectation on them. The Eisners, the Harveys, the Ignats, all those cartooning awards, they're all great, and it feels great to win something, especially if it's an award that's given by your peers, because everybody wants to know that your peers think that your stuff is worthy of recognition, worthy enough so that they, put your name on a plaque and give it to you. And that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Winning awards is fucking awesome. But in terms of the benefits, the things that you can measure, the things that, that you want for yourself in your career, I'm not sure that awards are really the way to go. Like, cartoon audiences, readers, buyers, people who buy comics, people who read comics, they honestly don't give a shit if you've won anything. They care about your story, they care about your artwork, they care about you as a person. If you have a shitty personality, maybe they don't want to read your stuff anymore. If you have a great personality, maybe they can forgive that your anatomy is a little off. So these are the things that matter so much more than an award. At the end of the day, awards are kind of like icing on a cake, and not even icing, like more like the decoration sprinkle stuff that Doesn't necessarily add to the cupcake, but it's nice if the cupcake has it, but you're not going to not eat it if it doesn't have it, which is a double negative, which doesn't make any sense, but maybe if you rewind this, maybe it will. So in the grand scheme of things, awards don't really make anything easier for you as a cartoonist. They don't help, they don't hurt, they just make you feel good, which I guess has value in and of itself. I guess I can think of a couple situations where having that Eisner Award winner next to your name would help. Like, you know, say a comic book shop owner is flipping through previews and wants to add something new to their catalog and sees that next to your name you have an Eisner with it, or a Harvey, or an Ignatz, or something like that, and they say, "Oh, I like comics of this nature. I think this is a good award. Maybe I'll, you know, buy a couple of copies of this book." So I guess in that sense, maybe some of these cartooning awards do have a monetary value that you can measure. I doubt the sales bump will be that significant. You'd probably get more sales if you called up comic book shops yourself and said, "Hey, I got a new book coming out. You know, when I do signings at shops, this many people come. You know, I have fans in your city. I'd like to do a signing there. Some of my fans have expressed interest in seeing me personally." You know, stuff like that. I think that would get you much farther than having an Eisner or an Ignatz next to your name. So, so that's what I have to say about awards. I don't want to. I guess I sound like I'm shitting on awards. I don't want that to. I don't want to come off like I'm shitting on awards. I think they're great. I think they're wonderful. I think it's awesome to have them. But at the end of the day, I don't put too much stock on them. Like, I'm not gonna not talk to you because you don't have an award, because I don't have an award, and I don't fucking care. And I hope that you wouldn't care. That's. I'm gonna stop now. Sound a little rambly, yeah. So I'd be interested in hearing what you guys think of the National Cartoonist Society adding the internet category. I'd like to know if you find value in awards or top 10 lists or anything like that. If you base your decision on whether or not somebody has an award or is in one of these top 10 lists or anything like that. Or if you care more about the other things that matter, like the story, like the writing, the art, that kind of stuff. If you've got an opinion, please let me know. Drop me a line wherever you see this. The website, Tumblr, YouTube, Twitter, any other place, Facebook maybe, and I'd love to hear from you. Okay, thanks. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to stop now before the count goes astronomical. Goodbye.